Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the Dope Kid Podcast.
Yay.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can listen to our podcast on Spotify and iTunes too, so make sure to do that. Alright, so I want to say that last night was weird for me. I had some weird dream where I was in India, and some guy came up to me and ate my toes like mashed potatoes.
That's kind of ironic, because I did a project on India in school, and it's about decolonization. It was kind of cool.
That sounds kind of boring.
I mean, I've heard a little bit about India, which I'll learn.
Yeah, they had to win their independence from Britain.
Actually, I could have sworn they were their own country and not a colony.
Well, originally they were their own country, but Britain slowly took control of it.
But why?
India actually had a lot of natural resources, and Britain wanted all that moolah.
Oh yeah, didn't they have like a lot of spices that Europe wanted?
Yeah, because back then everyone wanted spicy in Europe because it made the food taste so much better.
I remember having to do a school thing about the spice trade in 6th grade. Since everyone wanted spices in Europe, there was a lot of demand from India, and that made India very wealthy.
So early in the 17th century, the British noticed this and began to trade with India.
Alright, so like, were the trades even like fair for India? What do they get out of it?
Not really, the Indians didn't realize the true value of their spices in Europe. The British began to take advantage of them.
That explains why they revolted against the British.
Yeah, in the 1850s they attempted a revolution.
So did it work?
Not at all. Not only did it fail, the British also took full control over India.
Wait, so what did the British even like originally do?
They made all the small villages pay large taxes, like half what they've grown.
How did they enforce those taxes?
The British used the strong military and guns to go pew pew.
And they probably started a protest, am I right?
Yeah, they started mass protests led by Gandhi.
Oh yeah, I know a little bit about Gandhi. He led like a lot of protests, right?
Yeah, he was famous for nonviolence in his peaceful protests.
But why were they protesting so much?
I mean, the British like imposed many unfair laws, forcing them to buy heavily taxed goods, man.
Yeah, after the British imposed the salt tax, Gandhi led over 50,000 people on a march to the sea to get natural salt.
Wasn't that just like one of his famous protests Gandhi led?
Yeah, in the end, the British eventually gave up and met with Gandhi.
So, then what happened after the British gave up on colonizing India?
Well, India had a deep religious divide, which caused them to split into two different countries, India and Pakistan, soon after.
So what happened? Was India a successful country?
Yeah, they became a pretty successful democratic country.
In the end, India became one of the most developed formerly colonized countries.
Alright, I think that's the end of this episode of the Dope Kid Podcast. Like and subscribe so I can feed my family.